Okay. Show me.
Hi there guys, welcome back to the TransTEC channel. Thank you very much for tuning in. And I've got me a box again, yes sir. And this box is from TransTEC. I got it from Banggood, and as always there is a link in the description. Check it out to see the current pricing and availability. So in this box there is a Kobe, K-O-B-E 140. And that obviously means that it's a 140 size FPV quadcopter. And actually let's take it out of the box immediately. There it is, and it might not be super duper visible. You'll see it better in my flight demonstration in a minute. It has propeller guards. It is a 140 size brushless FPV quadcopter, but yeah, prop guards, that's a bit uncommon, right? And obviously that has benefits and drawbacks. There's a little more weight and, not unimportantly, drag. But yeah, if you run into the gate or maybe branches, this might save the day, right? I'm gonna do this video a little different though. I first want to show you if it flies well at all. I mean, with these prop guards it's a little heavier of course, and a little more drag. So the first thing I want to find out is if it flies well enough. So we'll take it out for a line of sight test flight so you can actually see how it flies. Then we'll get back to the video and I'll tell you about the specs. Well, if it doesn't fly well, maybe I won't tell you about specs, then I will just say don't buy it. But let's try it out, let's see if it flies well. Oh, by the way, I should add this. The first time I hooked it up, I was very much impressed by the FPV camera. Especially in low light. I've never seen an FPV footage this good, especially not in an RTF quadcopter. So yeah, there's that. Okay. Let's try and do some flying. Here we go. Ignition on. Ignition off. Yeah, shut up. Alright guys, made a flight for the TransTEC Kobe 130 on 3S.
Ignition on.
And I obviously don't expect it to be a powerhouse on 3S, but I first want to see if it flies reasonably well at all. And it does. Yeah, if things are alright, you can also see the DVR recording, which should show you that the camera is of very good quality. But yeah, 3S, not a powerhouse. We'll fly it on 4S in a minute as well. Oh, that was actually decent. Well, approximately what I expected on 3S.
Low battery, 3 minutes.
You can definitely feel the extra weight and drag of them prop guards. You can of course opt to just remove the prop guards, but well, the unique selling point of this here quadcopter is of course it having prop guards. It also makes line of sight flying quite a bit more easy, by the way. It's very legible, is that the right word? Well, it's easy to keep track of. Very easy. And yeah, if you fly this quad in the woods, then prop guards will definitely come in handy. It tracks well, the tune looks pretty good. And on 3S it looks to be a nice beginner quadcopter. Yeah, this might actually be the perfect step up from a brushed quadcopter. Of course you do have to get into that beta flight stuff. But I haven't changed a thing. Bone stock, we are flying this here quad Pretty nice.
Low battery. Low battery.
Low battery.
Low battery.
Yeah, you can get it up to a decent speed on 3S.
Low battery.
Low battery.
Low battery.
Okay, not bad at all.
Low battery. Low battery. Low battery. Low battery. Low battery.
Low battery. Okay, let's land this thing and switch to 4S.
Minute.
Successful though, it flies just fine. Oh, it's a little windy as well.
Ignition off.
Ignition off. Okay, not bad at all. I'm happy with this so far. Okay, next flight will be on 4S. Let's try that.
Off.
Alrighty guys, second flight with the TransTEC Kobe. On 4S this time. Should be more peppy. Let's try that.
Ignition on.
Yeah, feels more lively. Oh damn, it is quite a bit more lively. Yeah, this time a punch actually looks like a punch. Cool. Okay, so on 3S this quadcopter is a very nice beginner quadcopter. And on 4S it's not an absolute beast. You can still feel the drag and extra weight of them prop guards. But it sure is pretty fast. Nothing wrong. It flies locked in. Now you should be able to have a look at the DVR recording as well. So you tell me what you think of the tune. I haven't touched a thing. It isn't too floaty either. So even the rates, the yaw rate for my liking could be a little higher. But other than that, looks alright to me. Nice flyer. And again, it's very easy to keep track of line of sight. And you know I like flying line of sight as well. Yeah, then prop guards definitely help out. It is windy.
Low battery 2.
So this quad will probably be a little more susceptible to wind as well, even though, well, I'm not bothered by it. I have about a 3 or 4 wind, I think, and no problem flying it at all. Nice. Yeah, from the sound of it, it could probably do with a little bit of tuning. So before my FPV flights with it, I will probably do a little tuning. But it's not terrible at all.
Low battery.
Yeah, pretty nice actually. And again, if all is well, you should be able to tell that the FPV camera in this quad is of very good quality.
Low battery.
At least Runcam Swift quality.
Low battery. Low battery.
Low battery, low battery.
Low battery.
Okay, let's end this flight. This is good to go, man. Maybe again a little tuning, or maybe it's just the props. Okay, let's get back to the studio and I'll tell you a little more about this TransTEC Kobe.
Low battery 10, 9, low battery 8, 7, 6, 5. Ignition off.
So, yeah, the TransTEC Kobe 140. Who would have known? It's a well-behaved quadcopter. And I did this review a bit different, in a slightly different order, because I was a little worried about this one. Would it fly well? It's a different quadcopter with them prop guards and this plastic shell. Oh, by the way, the specifications say that it's an aluminium shell. It's plastic, which is just fine in my opinion. But, well, just know that it is a plastic shell. And so I'm happy to see that it, well, even though it has these prop guards, which make it look a little heavier, it performs just fine. And by the way, this might be as good a time as any to put some specifications on screen for you. Obviously you can pause the video if you want a closer look at those. And the highlights of those specifications are that the motors are not super duper high kV, as you can see, which also made me a little worried, but well, it flies just fine. I'll probably try some propellers with a higher pitch on the quadcopter as well, because well, the pitch isn't super duper aggressive. I don't think I want to try this quadcopter on 5S, but yeah, slightly higher pitch propellers might be nice. And as you can hopefully see, this one has a more traditional setup, meaning it has ESCs on the arms. Nowadays we mostly see 4-in-1 ESCs in the middle of the frame. This works just fine, of course. They are Beal Heli ESCs, and oh, the ESCs actually say 2 to 3S. Well, guess what? It flies just fine on 4S. Okay, oh, I hadn't even noticed that, 2 to 3S. Okie dokie, well, yeah, and in my flights I used these lipos. Turnigy graphenes, both 750 mAh, and yeah, a 3S and a 4S. Maybe that 4S is a little bit on the heavy side, 750 milliamps, but I wouldn't want, yeah, I'm not sure. And I used brand new ones, by the way, because I didn't have lipos in that size with an XT60 on it, as you can see. A bit different from the norm. A 140 size quadcopter with an XT60. Yeah, we are familiar with XT30s in this size nowadays, right? Obviously you can replace the connector if you so want to. And it doesn't come with a receiver. I used an XM Plus receiver, and what it did come with were these tie wraps to fasten your receiver antennas to. Even the shrink wrap came with the quadcopter, so that's a nice touch. Speaking of, let's have a look what else came with this quadcopter. It came with one other tie wrap and some shrink tube. It came with a prop wrench, carbon fiber prop wrench, and some Velcro that I didn't use. It didn't come with this sticky pad at the bottom. I added that myself. And it did come with this battery strap. With some sticky rubber at the bottom of the frame, this strap works out pretty well. But again, you'd want to add some foam. I just used some foam from another packaging, you know. Works just fine. Okay, it also came with this CD-ROM. I'm not sure, probably manual on this CD-ROM. I have not taken a look at that. It also came with this instruction leaflet, and yeah, the only thing you need to take from this leaflet is how to install your receiver. Not complicated, 3 wires, right? So that's okay. And it came with an exploded view of the frame, and that might be useful. Okay, so yeah, it's actually surprising that this quadcopter isn't more popular, because it's quite a nice quadcopter for a beginner, And with that I mean someone that has already flown brushed quadcopters, but as a first brushless quadcopter, it does have benefits, right? These prop guards. Quite uncommon prop guards on a quadcopter like this. Now I hear you think, prop guards? We've seen prop guards on quadcopters. Yeah, but not in this size. Prop guards you see on smaller quadcopters, not on 140 quadcopters. Quite uncommon, but it can definitely be an advantage. If you are a beginner, if you want to do indoors or in a parking lot flying, these can be beneficial. And I'm actually gonna try flying in the woods to see if these help you, if you run into branches, if they help you from crashing or getting stuck in trees. And yeah, actually, let's try and do that right now. So here you see me FPV flying the TransTEC Kobe 140, and I had expected to fly into branches more than I did. Simply because it's fall, there are no leaves on the trees, so but again, yeah, this camera on this TransTEC is of such high quality, I could avoid all branches, as you can see. Now near the end of this flight you'll see me actually purposely flying into a flag. Yeah, so I had in vainly hoped the prop guards would prevent a crash, but as you'll see, I do crash. Yeah, I don't know what actually happened. You can't see what actually happens. I think the flag just wrapped itself around the quadcopter and well, so I crashed. And after that I was perfectly able to fly again, which is obviously great. Yeah, so those prop guards do serve a purpose. I crashed down from maybe 4 meters up onto concrete. So not onto grass but onto concrete, and the quadcopter was just fine. So that definitely speaks for this quadcopter. Okay, so yeah, then prop guards. Yeah, it's definitely a benefit. You can feel the extra weight and drag while flying them, but nevertheless it's a very fun quadcopter to fly this. I had a lot of fun, even though it was freezing. Yeah, it was very cold in these flights. Now I did around 4 packs today, and well, my hands are still frozen. I think I'll just have them amputated. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with this TransTEC Kobe 140. Again, quite surprising that it's not more popular. I think it's an excellent first brushless FPV quadcopter. And those prop guards definitely prevent the props from cracking in the crashes. Now you might argue, well yeah, props, those aren't expensive, right? It's not that bad if you bend up or break a prop. Yes, but have you ever tried replacing a prop on these tiny motors? They are like very hard to keep a hold of while screwing on and off your propellers. So it is definitely a benefit that those props don't break. So I'll give this a pass. I think it's a fun quadcopter. It's well built, it takes crashes just fine. And you can obviously opt to remove the prop guards if you so want to. And then you'll have a slightly more nimble quadcopter. So those are my thoughts on this TransTEC Kobe 140. Again, check out the current pricing. Maybe the price has gone down by now. So yeah, it's definitely an option, I think, in this size. Now let's see, I will try some propellers with a more aggressive pitch on this quadcopter to see if it livens up the quadcopter. But that's something for a next video. For now, I want to thank you for watching. Catch you on the next video. Bye bye.